I don't normally say this in any of my videos, but please subscribe to my channel. We're getting like almost close to 600, but I really want to get to 590. 600 is going to be great. I think I will do a big video when 600 comes. Probably either Saved by the Bell or the Brady Bunch, but I've been hyping up the Brady Bunch so much, I think I will just do the Brady Bunch video, but yeah, please subscribe. Collider released an article 2 days ago about Saturday morning 80s forgotten cartoons. And the thing about this article is that I've actually talked about some of the cartoons on their list. So I didn't want to make a video just mentioning cartoons while also talking about the ones that I've already talked about. So instead I narrowed down some cartoons that I haven't talked about and decided to put them into this video. So this video isn't going to be talking about like all 10 cartoons, just some. Hulk Hogan had a cartoon. That's right, Hulk Hogan had a cartoon with some famous people in this too. Brad Garrett was Hulk Hogan. He was in Everybody Loves Raymond. And Uncle Phil was Junkyard Dog as well. Interesting. Anyways, fans of the WWE will most likely be familiar with the cartoon, but others might not know about the cartoon. There was a time when professional wrestling was so popular that it couldn't be contained in the ring, and frogs splashed out onto the world of animation. In each episode, the vitamin swallowing and praying saying Hulk Hogan would do battle with dastardly villains like Rowdy Roddy Piper and the Iron Sheik. It only ran for like 2 seasons, which is kind of impressive, by the way, but yeah, there's not really much else to say about it. The format of the show was mixed bags, where some episodes followed one story while the other entree split the episode into 2 different shorter stories. While the wrestlers themselves did not provide the voice for the people, they got, famous people like, Brad Garrett and Uncle Phil, James Avery. And even though the series only ran for 2 seasons, the show was a favorite among old wrestling fans, and yeah.
Get along, gang, get along, gang. Each one so special in his own way. Montgomery's the leader and he's such a good sport. But get along, gang, get along, gang. There's Boomer and Dottie with the spirit. Bingo the prankster doesn't ruin it. Logical Portia will figure it out. And that's the slip of the lead machine. Get out with the get along gang. Come on, their adventures don't end. Get out with the get along gang. Get out with the get along gang. Their clubhouse comes on its way. Get out with the get along gang.
There are cartoon adaptations of violent movies, which I'll get into in another video one day, so why not a cartoon from a greeting card? This was a thought when the Get Along Gang, an animated series based on characters created for a line of greeting cards, debuted in 1983. Much like Care Bears that wore clothes, the Get Along Gang was a group of cuddly children-like animals that went on wholesome adventures, instilling the value of working as a team. The Get Along Gang were so adorably diverse and commercially vetted that they seemed like mascots for a fast food franchise that never existed. This series only lasted for one season, consisting of 14 episodes, but merchandising that includes toys, stuffed animals, and comic books extended the characters past their limited television run. Fans of the show will remember the characters like Montgomery Moose or Portia Porcupine, but a lack of streaming options has limited any hopes of new eyes on the property.
Deep in a swamp lies Tiny Biscuit Castle. Home of the smallest dogs in the world, the Biscuits. For years, kings have entrusted their royal treasure to these pups. Now, from a nearby castle, rules the wasteful King Max.
Sheke, we must find the royal treasure.
What?
Sheke!
Oh, yes, sire.
Biscuits!
Hidden far away from human eyes is the Tiny Biscuit Castle, a vault of sorts that kings use to hide their jewels for safekeeping. Guarding the treasure are tiny, adorable dogs wearing medieval clothing called the Biscuits. The Pooches have watched over royal loot for years, but King Max is on the hunt to relieve the Biscuits of the treasure he desperately wants. King Max has his work cut out for him, though, because the leader of the Biscuits, Wags, won't give up without a fight. The stakes might sound high, but this is a Hanna-Barbera show, and it's a lighthearted cartoon aimed at younger kids. The animation holds up well compared to some of its cheaper-made contemporaries, and the design of the dogs should have given a similar cartoon, Adventures of the Gummy Bears, stiff competition. Unfortunately, though, the Biscuits were canceled after one season, not having a chance to make an impact in a crowded Saturday morning lineup.
After years of peaceful existence on the distant planet Valoria, Questar and his people were forced into battle. The power of their step crystal ripped a hole in the fabric of time, sending them backward to prehistoric Earth. Unaware that at the same moment the evil Emperor Krulos was plotting to capture the step crystal with his own grotesque Rulon forces. And so, the battle continues in a new place and time with Dino Riders.
Dino Riders! I'm sorry. Warring clans, the noble Valorians of the evil Roltons, are transported to prehistoric Earth where they incorporate the nearby dinosaurs into their battles. Leading the charge for the good guys was Questar, who, along with his Valoran brethren, could telepathically speak to dinosaurs. Dino Riders was designed as a showcase for the Tycho toy line, which consisted of large dinosaurs such as the T-Rex, who would be strapped down with a metal saddle mechanism adorned with lasers and rockets. Yeah, this is that kind of show. Dino Riders has its fans. They're called Ride or Dinos. I'm sorry. But the 14-episode series is a great example of the type of cartoon that exists solely as an advertisement for a toy line. As each new dinosaur loaded with weapons enters the scene, it's almost expected to see batteries not included appear at the bottom of the screen. That said, though, it's completely understandable why people like Dino Riders. It's a fun, silly, and very, very, very 80s cartoon. And, oh my god, Peter Cullen and Frank Welker on this cartoon. Give me a break!
Inhumanoids! The evil that lies within. From down in the fiery depths of the earth where nightmares begin. Inhumanoids! The evil that lies within.
From the creative minds behind Transformers and G.I. Joe, I give you a fucked up looking cartoon! Inhumanoids is a cartoon boasting large monsters and a densely plotted story. The Inhumanoids are ancient evil monsters set to destroy the Earth, active after years of imprisonment due to the sinister plans of Blackthorn Shore, voiced by Michael Bell, who I mention on this channel a lot. Devlin, Artful Dodger in that Oliver Twist movie. Whatever, you get the point. The only thing stopping the Inhumanoids from achieving total annihilation is a group of human specialists, the Earth Corps. Leading the Earth Corps in their battle against the vicious creatures is Dr. Herman Herc Armstrong. Inhumanoids separate itself from other action-oriented cartoons, focusing more on mature storyline and monsters aimed at an older audience. Also, unlike other cartoons that featured primary, standalone episodes, Inhumanoids followed an ongoing narrative that required watching the series chronologically. Fans of the show were in luck because a toy line from Hasbro was on store shelves, with menacing creatures ready to be the centerpiece of any birthday party or reward for good grades. Sure, we'll put it that way.
Let's go, Ghostbusters!
Okay, so some context is needed here. Let's get one thing out of the way. I'm not talking about the real Ghostbusters, the cartoon based on the 1983 film Ghostbusters. I'm talking about what came before that. So, let me give you more context. In 1975, CBS made a live-action children's sitcom called The Ghostbusters, and it was really popular to the point where it got its own animated sequel in 1986. Which is what we're talking about as the last cartoon in this video. In case you were wondering, the list goes on to mention Rubik's The Amazing Cube, which was going to get its own video, and Laverne and Shirley, which already had a video, so that's why I didn't mention that. And also, some of the cartoons on this list were things I already talked about, which is why this video doesn't include everything on the top 10 list. But the Ghostbusters was about two dudes and a gorilla fighting ghosts, and it ran for only 15 episodes. So then, when the Ghostbusters film from 1983 got popular, Filmation decided to make a cartoon adaptation for the live-action show, where the ghost-busting business would get passed down to the kids of the original guys, like Jake and Eddie have junior kids called Jake Kong Jr. and Eddie Spencer Jr. And Jake Kong Jr. was voiced by Pat Fraley, and Eddie Spencer Jr. was voiced by Optimus Prime. The animated series does what the original live-action series couldn't, staging large battles with colorful creatures, and the Ghostbusters car could talk and fly. Alright, that's... Okay, you've gone too far. Anyways, while the Ghostbusters was created to compete with the real Ghostbusters, the other cartoon based on the movie, its primary accomplishment was confusing children of the 80s who didn't understand why the Ghostbusters looked completely different and had a talking... Well, actually, I don't think the ape could talk in the show, but a large gorilla, alright? If that confused you in any way, I wouldn't worry about it. It's gonna get its own video. You don't gotta worry about Ghostbusters. Not the one with Bill Murray. I'm talking about the one with the gorilla. It's still very confusing. Anyways, before I end this video, I know I was supposed to make a video about Stephen Stills and Neil Young's album Long May You Run or whatever. I don't really want to anymore, so I'm just gonna instead talk about the unfinished Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young album. Woo!
Time for kids games, no time for girls. Helping the good guys, saving the world.